Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. Marcello here with Nino, Pro FX Trader, and today is April 10th, 2014. We're going to do today what we've done for years, which is an analysis of the markets and evaluation of our strategies and our biases, which are based upon the 5 p.m. close of our daily bars. So let's go ahead and get started. How does it work? How do we make money in this market? Well, our formula for success is to basically do our 5 p.m. market analysis to determine the bias. Now, what's the bias? It's the probability that of price either going up or going down. So if we believe that there's a bias to the upside, a buy bias, then we will only look for buys. And if we believe there's a sell bias, we will only look for sells in the market. Now, that prevents us from being thrown around by every whim of the market. Okay, now there are two ways to execute that bias. Number one, we take a set and forget it trade. Number two, we day trade in the direction of our bias using our pods, our points of decision, for bigger profits. If you don't know how to do that, guys, we have a live trade room that runs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time and then 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And with me here is actually Nino. Nino, are you there?
Yes, Marcello, I'm here. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you so much for being on the
Fine.
call with us today. I want to, so anyway, they had a live session. They usually do it 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern Time and then 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Tell us about the sessions that you've been doing, if you could, briefly.
Well, the sessions right now, everybody can see that the market is somewhat in a deadlock. We're doing a lot of consolidation. So basically, we're not really getting too much movements, but we are getting opportunities. And the thing about it is what we're doing in the room is we're trying to make traders stay more focused on their trading strategies, meaning that we don't want to take any type of trades just to say we're getting into a trade. We want to stay focused and stay trading according to the trading strategy. So sometimes you'll see setups. If it's not according to our trading strategies, then we basically won't take those trades. And by doing that, that keeps us out of a lot of bad trades. Today we had about 2 different currency pairs that we were in. We didn't get too much movement out of them. A lot of pairs that we're getting into because of the consolidation, because our trading strategy is off a 2-to-1 ratio. We're basically making profit on our first position and breaking even on our second position because the market is very erratic now, the way it pushes up and pushes down. So to me, that's still being successful because if you can take any type of profits out of this market without losing any of your capital, then that's good. So you might get maybe a 10 or 15 pip move on your first position, move your second position to break even, and then you get stopped out. So to me, we're still doing good, considering that the market is not really trending. If you take a look at your platform, it's really not trending off from these entries as quickly like it normally does in the past.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, and I think that we've had a lot of volatility, but nothing that's really been good as far as it's been a lot of consolidation, a little back and forth, and really herky-jerky movement in the market, which is not necessarily conducive for what we want, which is really good, solid trading. But they've done well with it. They haven't lost money with it, so that's great. That's a good place to be. And even if they did lose a little bit, it's a part of the game. And then when times are good
It's
again,
like you always say, if you lose anything at the end, it's all about your money management.
That's right.
So if you have the right money management on every trade, if you lose 1 or 2 trades, it's not too bad because you can make it up on other trades. Next thing I wanted to say too, what's been a disappointment in the market with me lately is that these news announcements. We get to, like today, we had news out of the London session straight into the New York session, and the news didn't really do anything. So most of the times you're looking at your technicals, and then you're factoring news that you're going to get some type of movement when the news come out, and then the news comes out and nothing happens, and we're basically just still in that range of consolidation. So we're not really having any real breakout based on news. Everything is based upon the technicals.
Right. So yeah, exactly. Well said. So guys, we're going to do the best we can with the market. I don't really pretend that there's going to be an awful lot that we can deal with here. So here's what I'm going to say as far as New Zealand is concerned. Right now, we're kind of sitting in the middle of the market, sitting in the middle of this channel here on the New Zealand. I don't know why I'm starting with the New Zealand. That's the first chart that I opened up to. And looking at it here, I believe that was our swing high. So we're going to probably look for price to continue to move down on this New Zealand from where it is. Yeah, for the time being. So let me get that out of the way. The euro dollar is going to probably move up. Now, we do have a swing high. Nino, thank you very much for putting me on that. Really, and that's why you need to have another trader there to catch you in your blind spots. And I completely forgot about this trend line that's here with this Bollinger. Well, that's a very good turning point. So we're going to look for price to go up, to hit this 139.31 area, and then we're going to look for a tumultuous fall on the euro. Okay, we're going to look for a big fall. If you get in this trade and you're able to get in here right at the top, and you can take it all the way down to 131.50 in that zone, man, you've got a monstrous trade. And let me tell you something. We're right at the apex, so this is the red zone. This is the time when we can see a breakout of this entire deal that we've been going through, and we can really see some movement in the market. So if the market does turn here, we've got number one, our 80 Bollinger Band, which is a very strong area of point of decision, a strong area of resistance for us, and also this big trend line that dates back to 2008. We can see a nice push down on the euro. All right, so I would look for a sell here at 139.39. I've been calling a lot of sell trades, I know. Just the fundamentals are there for us to be able to see a push down on the euro. So I think that, and also the technicals, to be honest with you, they were there. So we're going to be looking for a sell here on the euro. If we do see it obviously pass this high, then it's going to be something else, right? But we're not seeing that so far. So right now we've got a buy up to 139.39. You can get into that right now. You can look at price move forward because we really don't have any reason to believe that price is not going to reach that place. That's the first place that we can see a pullback, and so that's what we're going to be looking for. Buy on the euro dollar to 139.39 and then a sell. All right, dollar CAD, we had this nice railroad tracks formation form, and that would generally be a good place for us to take a buy, right? But the only problem is I don't have enough support and resistance around it. I don't really have an awful lot of anything around it. And so for that reason, I am not going to consider this dollar CAD. I just don't have an awful lot besides this beautiful railroad tracks formation. So it may come back up, may hit this trend line. We'll see what happens at this trend line, if it's going to break back through and really head upward, or if it's going to hit this trend line, really test it well. If we do get a test of it and it does form a nice something that shows us that the market's rejecting those levels, and we can get in for a sell again, and that would be nice as well. So we'll wait and see what happens as far as that's concerned. So I'm not calling anything there. Pound dollar, guys, we just hit a high. The high was at 168. Sorry. Yep. Sorry, 168.21, and we hit a high here at 168.19. All right, so what we're going to look for is for price to test this 168.12, 168.28. I'm sorry, 168.20 area again, and we're going to look at what price is going to do at this point. I think that there's a chance that it could sell off, and if it does begin that descent off of a double top like this, wow, we could look for a nice drop here on this pound dollar as well, because we had double bottom here. Well, this doesn't look like a clean double top here at all. We're going to have to wait and see what happens and see what opportunities may present themselves right here on this pound dollar at this high. Okay, so we'll wait and see what happens, but it looks like looks like we do have we have a potential for a double top here. All right, so we're going to hold on to that. We'll look at price action at 68.20. That's that. Dollar Swiss continues to make its move down. We're going to continue to watch for a down move because we don't have any support and resistance until we hit the swing low here at 8,900, I believe. 8,700, sorry, it is. Okay, so we're going to be looking for that. And that's about it for the dollar Swiss. We're going to look for a sell here. Dollar yen, we are inside of the zone. We're still in consolidation. And you can see that actually on all these yen pairs, we're doing the very same thing. We've got, prices reacting at these support areas. but they're really not backing off of these support areas. Look at that. Pound yen, euro yen, and the dollar yen all doing the very same thing, just holding on at these extremely, these extreme points of decision. So, on all of these counts, we could see a buy right back into the consolidation zone, or we could see it sell off. And you can see that they were very strong closes right on the line or right below the line. And for that reason, I'm not calling anything right now. I got into a buy, by the way, guys, yesterday on the euro yen. Okay, moved to break even. You can see price actually moved up about 70 pips or so right on this trend line. So that was a good opportunity there. And so we got in actually right here, right on the 38.2 down here. And we got to ride that up. Oops, I'm sorry. I don't believe it was there. It was actually here. Look at the M15. That'll tell me. Yeah, it was right here. So about 140.70 actually, not 140.44. That was not it. So right here is where we actually got in, and it was on the trend line, right below the trend line, right above the Bollinger Band. So that really did give us a very nice opportunity. And you can see what happened right after that. Price just moved up very nicely from 140.70 all the way up to 141.40. So that's about 70 pip ride up. Okay, that's where we're at. Price has moved to break even. So if you're in that trade, that's what's going on there. So these pairs, though, dollar yen, pound yen, euro yen, sitting right on the line. They're not giving us anything. Look for price action on the pound yen for consolidation. See if it gives you consolidation at 170.20 on the pound yen. Look for it, the very same thing on the at 140.80 on the euro yen. And here on the dollar yen, you're going to look for movement. It's better if I look at it least on the daily. We can see price go down to 101.11 or really just stick where it is, right around the 101.40 area, and then begin to move up here on the dollar yen. If it passes below that, then we're outside of this consolidation zone, and we can look and really reassess the market considering something else. Aussie dollar looks like it may want to sell off eventually. We don't know, but it really doesn't have any resistance here to stop it from making another push to the upside. And so for that reason, I've got to either step off on that one or not, or just expect to buy. Okay. And the New Zealand dollar, you can see that it's in this channel. It's in this channel, and it continues to make a move up, and you can see it just steadily inside of this channel. It still hasn't hit the very top of the channel, and for that reason, usually we like to see it hit the bottom of the channel, come back, hit the top of the channel, come back and hit the bottom of the channel. We don't quite have that, and so we're not in extremes, and so we can't really call anything on this New Zealand dollar just yet. I think that's pretty much everything, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. We won't be here, but we'll be ready to rock on Monday again in another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best. Bye-bye.